This is what I deal with every single day. 10 more episodes left for season 5, you guys. It is almost coming to an end, only to begin again for season 6. I got some really awesome stuff planned for the new season, and I can't wait to share them with you guys. I'm also really excited to see what kind of intros you guys created this time around. Super excited for that. We got about a few hundred submissions in, but the contest is still going on until April 30th. So if you guys still want to participate, it is not late. Make sure to watch the video link down below to learn how to send in your new intro for season 6. But yeah, with that said, sit back and relax, because you know what time it is. As a reminder, you guys can always pick up a cheap Windows CD key for less than $15. Just click on my link below and use the code TS20 for an extra 20% off. Once you get your CD key, just visit the activation settings in Windows and change your product key. It's that simple. Kicking off the episode is a very special guest. He is the highest rank on my Discord server and the first person to hit exabyte. Give a round of applause to Jonathan. He's a student and part-time local food stop employee from California that built this setup in the span of 2 years for gaming, video editing, and the occasional fast streaming. Already I'm loving the neutral colors. The mountain tapestry in the back really sets the mood for everything else in the setup. We got a 25-inch Acer as the main and a 22-inch in vertical mode for Discord and multitasking, both of which are hooked up to a white oak desk that he picked up from Amazon. I gotta say, I do like the subtle contrast from the white oak tabletop. Since it's a lighter shade of wood, it complements the white a lot better in my opinion. Looks like he's rocking a 65% keyboard and the Razer Viper Ultimate mouse. Very clean cable work from the keyboard and the audio interface all the way through the bottom of the desk. It definitely seems like Jonathan has everything under control. He doesn't use any speakers with the setup, but he does own a pair of Sennheiser PC37Xs and a dedicated Behringer microphone for Discord and streaming. Finally, powering the setup is a custom build featuring the 9600K, an EVGA RTX 3080, and a fully solved Rubik's Cube. I don't really have anything to recommend here. It seems like you know what you're doing. The setup is clean, straight to the point with functionality and a hint of personality. Well done, and thank you for finally coming on the show, my guy. Speaking of clean setups, let's keep the momentum going with Kenzo's super clean dual monitor setup. He's a network administrator from Belgium who built this setup for only gaming and homework. As you can tell, it's pretty straightforward, nothing flashy or over the top. He took a more minimalistic approach with dual 27-inch monitors that are hooked up against a sit and stand desk. Below that, we have all the essentials, from a K95 keyboard to a G502 wireless mouse with clever cable routing to avoid drilling holes in the desk. But you can use a few tiny cable clips to help keep a much straighter path if you wanted to. For audio, he does have a set of Sonos speakers in the back for listening to music, but for the actual setup, he uses the Corsair Virtuosos. Other than his AT2035 microphone and complete audio DAC, there's really not much else on the setup. Like I said, it's straight to the point, a little too much to the point where it's lacking any personality. That's not to say it's a bad thing. There are so many people who just don't like to personalize their setup at all, and that's okay. They like it clean and minimal with no flashy RGB or decoration. This just means the setup isn't unique and it can easily be replicated. Hence why I like to use the term cookie cutter sometimes. I always say if you don't like to personalize your setup, the least you can do is maybe add a bit of decoration to it. I do like how he stayed consistent with the setup's color scheme though. The white on black carries over nicely to the custom PC featuring the 9700K and the Strix RTX 2080 Super. It's a clean and simple setup. What more can I say? Thank you Kenzo for sharing this with us. Coming in at number 3 is Mark and his pretty sick triple TIE Fighter monitor layout. He's an IT developer from Toronto, Canada, who built this setup in the span of 2 months for gaming and work. We got a beautiful floating triple display layout with a 34-inch ultrawide as the main, sandwiched by 2 other 24-inch monitors in vertical. All the cables are passed alongside the monitors, through the wall, and out from the bottom into a couple of racks. The cable management in this setup is something else, I gotta tell you. Such precision when it comes to routing the cables and really clean work bundling up the wires together. He even added a few devices near the edge of the desk for easy access, like his headphone DAC on the right side and a Thunderbolt dock on the left, which allows his laptop to connect to all 3 of his displays. With this, he's able to switch his displays along with the webcam and his keyboard and mouse to his laptop using the docking station, which is pretty convenient. He's also able to swap both his keyboard and mouse between the laptop and the PC via Bluetooth. I love the synergy of this setup. For audio, he's got a pair of Kenzo, slightly tilted for optimal sound, and the Beat Studio 3s for listening to music on the go. Symmetry is also on point. I love it. We got plants on both sides, car models, and even the picture frames are nicely spaced out on the top. This setup is aesthetically good to look at. We've even got dual systems on the floor, but sadly I only got pictures and specs for one of them, which I'm assuming is the primary PC that's powering the setup. It's a custom build inside the Fantex Evolve X, and it's packing the Ryzen 7 2700X and the AVGA RTX 3080 Ti FTW3. Nice. Aside from the aesthetics, I love the synergy of this setup the most. I think it was executed very well with the right amount of decoration and personalization. Outstanding work on the setup, Mark, and thank you for sharing this with us. Coming in at number 4 is a very inspiring setup by Mihail, coming all the way from Croatia, and I'm sorry if I butchered the crap out of your name. So this is what his original setup looked like over a year ago, and something magical happened after he stumbled across Setup Makeover Season 6. You see, he fell in love with the setup I built for Leo and decided that he wants one for himself too. So after saving up, 3D designing, and planning for a year, he was able to finally build the setup of his dreams. As you can see, the desk layout is practically identical. We have 2 Ekbacken countertops, one for the Surface and the other for the backboard, and 2 Alex units for storage. However, there is one slight difference with his version. Instead of adding support risers at the edge of the desk, he added them in the middle where you can't see them, which gives the desk a really cool floating look. And personally, I think this looks much cooler. So we've got a 27-inch curved monitor as the main and a 22-inch for the secondary, both mounted against the headboard, and below that is the White Shark keyboard paired with a G305 Lightspeed mouse. We do have a mic setup on the left, along with a tripod and a ring light for when he streams, and a 48-inch TV up top, which he uses to either watch YouTube videos or games on his wall-mounted PS4. Sadly, I didn't get a close-up of the PC that's powering it all, but I do know that it's packing the Ryzen 5 3600 and an RTX 3060 from Palette. All in all, it was awesome to see your very own version of the setup I created, and I think it turned out really great. Thank you, Mihail, for coming on the show, and sorry again if I butchered your name. Wrapping up the episode is another very clean and minimal gaming setup. Honestly, I might as well call this the clean and minimal edition. Meet Owen. He's a 15-year-old student from Arizona who is into gaming and graphic designing, and over the past 3 years, he has been slowly saving up to build his dream setup. Color scheme, black and red with white accents. Purpose, gaming and graphic design, obviously. We got triple displays mounted against a Carbly countertop with a 32-inch as the main, sandwiched by 2 additional 27 inches, all from LG. Below that, we got the Razer Huntsman TE keyboard paired with a Viper Ultimate and one of the cleanest cable work I have seen. He drilled one hole in the corner of the mouse pad to pass through the keyboard and mouse charger cable, and then he ran the XLR headphone cable underneath the device and towards the back of the desk. You know, it's these little things that make a huge difference in the overall aesthetics of the setup. The setup doesn't use any speakers, just the Razer Kraken V2s that he uses for gaming, but he does have a dedicated mic setup with the Shure SM7B. Beautiful cable work underneath the desk as well, with multiple raceways and a giant power strip, not only allowing him to plug in all of his gear easily, but also future-proofing his setup in case he needs to plug in any additional devices or gear later down the line. Obviously, there isn't any space on the desk for the PC, but instead of leaving it on the floor, Owen used a small side table to lift it up from the ground. Personally, I would use something a little taller just so you can still see it while you're at the setup because it is a good looking system. It's also a beast. It's packing a Ryzen 9 5900X and a Strix RTX 3080. This PC needs to be seen properly. Nonetheless, a very impressive setup for a 15-year-old. Thank you, Owen, for making a lot of us jealous and for sharing this with us. Still gaming in 720p on your grandmother's monitor? Don't you think it's time for an upgrade? The Corsair Xeneon is the ultimate gaming monitor that packs a ton of features, like an insane 32-inch Quad HD IPS display and 165Hz refresh rate with a 1 millisecond response time. If you're a gamer and content creator, you'll also enjoy the stunning accurate panel with 100% sRGB coverage. It also offers a nice amount of adjustability points, including height, swivel, and tilt with built-in cable management clips in the back. You already know it's TechSource approved. And with the built-in multi-mount in the back, you have the flexibility of adding anything you want, from lights to mics and even DSLR cameras. you know you want to learn more. So click the link below. And that will do for today's video. As always, make sure you guys comment below. Let me know which of these setups was your absolute favorite. And if you guys are enjoying Season 5, do let me know by dropping a like before you head out. And if you guys are new here, consider subscribing because I do host Setup Wars every single Monday. What was going on with your noise in the other room? You were making so much noise. I couldn't shoot the intro for Setup Wars. Oh, now you're behaving because you're in front of the camera. But you were screaming like someone was torturing you in the other room. You have anything to say for yourself? You like the lights here? You want to do the outro? Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. No? Thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, say bye. Bye.